has reached a verdict. I don't know what the verdict is, but there are some things I do know. I do know that this jury didn't ask to be here. They were commanded to be here. They don't have a dog in the fight. And I also know they gave this case 3 weeks of their time. I also know that the jury and whatever verdict they have is due our respect, and I demand no less. This is not a football stadium. This is not a bar. This is a court of law, and the court demands civility. The court will not tolerate any outbursts, either positive or negative, after the verdict is read. If there are such outbursts, the sheriff deputies are authorized to physically remove those people who cannot control themselves. If you feel that you cannot control yourself consistent with what I have said, do yourself a big favor and remove yourself from the courtroom at this time. Am I understood? Thank you.
Rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Thomas Quanton presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Which one of you has been selected as the jury foreperson? Juror number 26. Juror number 26, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
If you would please hand the verdict to Ms. Cavano. And Mr. Fallis, if you and counsel will stand and face the jury. Dispensing with the caption, we, the jury, find the defendant Thomas Fallis not guilty of murder in the second degree and all lesser included offenses, signed by the jury foreperson. Is this your verdict? Say so you, and so say each and every one of you? Yes. You may be seated. Now I'm going to ask each of you a compound question, and that question is this. The verdict that I just read, Is that your individual verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole? Juror number five, was this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes.
Juror number 6, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes.
Juror number 8, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes.
Juror number 10, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes, sir.
Juror 13, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror 15, is this your verdict? 16, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes.
Juror 18, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury? Juror 20, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury? Juror 26, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror 27, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes, sir.
Juror 28, is this your verdict and the verdict of the jury?
Yes, sir.
Judgment of not guilty will be entered. And before I discharge and take further action, I'm going to discharge the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you have now completed your duties as jurors in this case and are discharged with the thanks of the court. The question may arise whether you may discuss the case with the lawyers, the defendant, or other persons. For your guidance, the court instructs you that whether you talk to anyone, including the media, is entirely your own decision. It is proper for others to discuss the case with you, and you may talk to them, but you need not. If you talk to them, you may tell them as much or as little as you like about your deliberations or the facts that influenced your decision. If any person persists in discussing the case over your objection or becomes critical of your service, either before or after any discussion has begun, please report that immediately to me. I wish to add my comments. Jury duty is something that many people do not look forward to, and sometimes they avoid it, and sometimes they actively avoid it. After serving, I have found that most jurors have found their experience to be interesting and educational. I hope you have found your experience here to be both interesting and enlightening, and that your time served here was not overly burdensome. And with that, you are discharged with the thanks of the court. All rise while the jury leaves the courtroom. You may be seated. As I indicated, the press pool has indicated and agreed that they will set up in the jury assembly room for anyone who wants to give the media an interview. And in exchange, they have agreed that they will not be following people about with their cameras to accomplish that. So if there are any interviews, it'll be restricted to the jury assembly room on the first floor, for your information. As I indicated before, the judgment of not guilty is entered, and Mr. Fallis, your bond is discharged, the surety is exonerated, and you're free to go. With that, the court will be in recess. All rise.